Hello, gorgeous. I'm Cindy, the old broad, and I am going to rock Halloween one more time. This time I'm going to try to do it live instead of having the makeup on first and telling you what I did because this doesn't have as much small details, so I think I can do the bulk of it in my reflection that comes back at me from the camera. Hope that makes sense. Okay. I have chosen to do Queen Victoria because I wouldn't say there's a slight resemblance, but I think I can make it work. So let me tell you that first of all, before starting, I tried to part my hair down the middle, which is something my hair refuses to do. So it's tied back in a ponytail, and I just took the opportunity to put a treatment oil on it. I did not use I can't find my normal oil. So what I'm using instead is Ion Repair Solutions with a blend of argan and babasu oils. I got at Sally Beauty. It's been in reserve, and this was my first time to use it. So I'll try to remember to let you know after I wash it if it worked well as a treatment oil. And also, I used a foundation that I did not use in the Battle of the Foundations and won't be using because for a couple reasons. One, it's the only foundation I've ever purchased in my life that was actually too light for me. So it immediately went into my stage makeup kit and has stayed there forever. And also because you can't get this in the States anymore. This is Max Factor Face Finity, and the color was Natural Honey, #1. So that's what is on, and I did that deliberately because I think, by all accounts, she had a peaches and cream complexion. Also, her lips are smaller than mine, so I went ahead and used the concealer on my lips that I used last time, which is Essence Cover Stick. That should be for the under eye, but once again, I'm using it on my lips. Okay, so that's it. The main things I have to contend with here are the fact that, like, these contours here, I would normally be emphasizing. Instead, I have to make those go away. So I have puffier cheeks. Also in through here, where I might do a contour to make it look like I actually have a chin, to de-emphasize the double chin. I actually would emphasize this jowl, but beyond that, try to make this go away. Also, I need to reshape my nose. I didn't buy any derma wax or prosthetic to put on my nose because in profile she did have a bit of a bump on her nose here. But I'm just going to deal with how it looks from the front, which is narrower here and narrower here. And also, she had thinner lips than I do, so she has more real estate from here to here. So that's what I'm going to be dealing with in terms of highlight and shadow. Eyebrows different, I think I mentioned that. And also, her hooding is different, so I'm going to be altering that. This was the height of the Victorian era. She was Victoria herself. And so she would not have worn any makeup. They were all into the pure, natural, no makeup thing. Gonna have a sip of coffee and then we're gonna start. Okay. I'm gonna talk through it, but if I go through long periods of not talking, I'll stop. But first of all, let me show you. I don't have a kit of real stage makeup anymore. I just have odds and ends because I haven't performed in a large house, that is to say over 200 or 300 in many years. So regular street makeup pretty much works for the smaller houses I performed in. And so all my stage makeup over the years went bad. So what I'm using is real makeup. So, you know, normal makeup. So for the highlight, I'm using this Color Perfector by Chanel, which is like a bottle of foundation. It's just white. It's not thick like Clown White, so you wouldn't be able to achieve, you know, an opaque thing like you would with Clown White. But I'm going to try to get rid of this. And make myself look fatter over here. Not what we normally would like to do. Okay, I'm going to be using two different contours depending on the area. One is lighter, one is darker. The lighter of the two is this Hula from Benefit. And the darker of the two, slightly, as you see, is Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. So sad to do this and realize you're not symmetrical. That became very obvious when I did the Cleopatra thing, and now I've highlighted my nose and realized that my nose is wonky. Ugh, hate that. Hate finding that out. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try this. Seems like she's... got a shadow there, but that's it. The rest of it is fat, 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 fat. This is one of the areas right here where her nose seems to be a little more pinched in than mine. Ooh, this is where the mirror gets me. There we go. That looks right. Okay, and then the other area is right down here where mine actually goes out a bit. Hers is more pinched in. Okay, I'm going to do the lip line a little lower, like inside rather than if you were to normally do it slightly outside. I'm going to be doing it slightly inside. Okay, on my eyebrows, I'm using Brow Lash Water Strong in eyebrow. What this is, it's got a brush on one end and a pencil on the other. And this is where we're really different here, I think. Hers is just kind of a half eyebrow, rather thick, and then it drops off to nothing. Okay, this is a part I'm having a hard time seeing, so I'm going to take a moment and look in the large mirror. Okay, I have a little cleanup to do on this. Okay. Looking at the photo again, I've got to do a lot more darkening in through here. Because it's very deep set right here, and then it falls off, just like her eyebrow does, sort of. Once again, I realize how asymmetrical I am. Goodness. Okay. This whole area is much chubbier on her, and I'm going to do a little more highlighting, and then that's all we can really do. Or sit here like that. Okay, I have something I need that I left in the other room, so I will cut out this little chunk from me disappearing, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry for that. I'm back. There are a couple other things I need to do. And she doesn't have this indentation of the nose that I do. And she does, in the photo anyway, have a little shadow under the eye, which I'm sure is not makeup, but does make her eyes pop a little bit. So, yeah, that's better. And I'm just using that same bronzer. Okay. The reason I went, I forgot my bobby pins, which I just went to the other room and got, and they've already vanished. Does that ever happen to you? Obviously, I'm going to be cutting another second out while I find the missing bobby pins. Ta-da! Okay. She wore a mantilla, but she didn't wear it normally. She kind of clinched it back somehow. Let's find the long edge here. What she'd do, instead of leaving it hanging like this, she seems to have pulled this back and secured it right there somehow. Yep, that's it. And then she almost always wore a tiny crown, not a large crown. I don't know if that was just the time period or her personal preference or what. And finally, the crown. Ta-da! Let me back off a little so you can see. Okay, so here's the final effect. It looks pretty silly. I don't have the earrings. I don't have the necklace. I don't have a gown, an evening gown. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to turn profile like she is in the photos, and we'll see. The old broad rocking Queen Victoria. Well, you can't see the frou-frou at the very top of the crown. See? There you go. Okay. All I really need now to make this complete, hey, that looks better from a distance. Okay. Is blue contact lenses, but I didn't go that far. So anyway, I guess the point of this whole thing was to tell you that all you really need, those eyebrows aren't quite right. They still need to have been thicker in through here. Oh well, anyway. All you really need to do if you want to recreate an historical person is to get some close-up photos and work with your light and shadow. That's really all you have to do. You'll come up with some approximation. Anyway, hope this wasn't too silly. Happy Halloween to you all. Hope you have lots of trick-or-treaters. Have a good time. Love y'all. Bye.